All right, welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Julie. I am a level 2 Warriors at Ease teacher, and this is Bryant. He's been helping us out with classes every week. Super nice to have him here. And today we are here to guide you through a 30-minute restorative yoga class that is designed to create greater sense of ease in the mind and the body, using gentle and supportive movement along with your breath. One thing to remember, a couple things to remember before we start. Everything here is just an invitation. It's just an offering. So take what you want and leave what you don't. And really allow this to be an individual practice made super just for yourself. So keep checking in with the physical postures and what works for you and what doesn't. Always an option to modify or take a different shape or even just say no, thank you. Also with the breath, I will cue the breath. It's just a guide and it's just an offering. Again, if it doesn't work for you, find your own natural rhythm. Allow this practice to be very much yours. We don't show up with the same stuff. And so can you allow it to be a sensation-based practice? Can you allow it to feel your way into the shapes versus what they look like? So we're going to get started today, and we'll take a really nice spine lengthening shape on our backs, where the back can feel supported and rested. Lots of options here. Just let's start to lay down on the back, and then we'll start to prop up whatever spaces need a little bit of extra. I'm going to offer a blanket or a towel underneath Bryant's head and neck just to elevate the neck a little bit. Elevate the head a little bit, especially if you have neck injury. It's great for extra support or even just that softness. And then options in the legs here. I love constructive rest if there's low back pain, bringing the feet to the ground and knees up towards the ceiling. That allows a nice supportive rest in the low back. You might even take a bolster underneath the knees if you want to stretch those legs long. You want to do that? Elevating those knees just a little bit so they're not reaching for the ground. They're supported here in a little bit more of a natural shape. And then option to even take a blanket or a towel underneath the ankles or the feet. Do you want that? So allow yourself to settle in here. Allow yourself to really arrive. Start to tune in to the sensations around you. And if it feels safe, if it feels right in the body today, close the eyes. If that doesn't feel right for you, find a nice soft gazing point above you where you can feel restful, at ease. Maybe take a light body scan, moving gently from head to toe. Checking in with the areas in the body that might feel like they're tight or gripping. Start to take in the sounds around you. Sounds in the room, the sounds outside, maybe even the sound of your own breath. And then start to gently move your awareness to the sensation of touch. Check in with how the floor feels beneath you. Maybe notice the temperature in the room. Maybe even notice the way your clothes feel against your skin today. Gently start to move the awareness to the breath. No need to organize or fix. Just check in. Check in with the quality of your breath today. Notice the natural length of each inhale and the natural length of each exhale. Notice the gentle rise and fall of the belly. Notice the expansion of the chest. Maybe even notice the breath so much that you can feel it moving in and out across the top lip. The shape supports the natural curves in your spine, softens the psoas, softens the hip flexors. Take a few more breaths in this shape. Inhale, fill it up. Nice, slow, long exhale. Big breath in. Nice, long, slow exhale. Longest, slowest breath in the shape. Inhale, fill it up. Nice, long, slow exhale. And then when you're ready, really gently, really slowly, making your way out of this shape to start to move into our next posture. You can roll over onto one side and then start to gently push into those hands. Remove those props and make your way up. We'll be utilizing a bolster and a pillow or towel or blanket in this shape. So keep that towel at the top of your mat and then take that bolster across your mat, and you'll take your right hip up against that bolster, drawing those knees in, gently curling them behind you, tucking those feet gently behind you, and then start with a big, nice, tall spine. Big breath in, and then as you exhale, start to drape that side body, the side body, all along the bolster. Great. And then you can allow the head to rest on that pillow. You might need a little bit more elevation, and let that right arm, that right shoulder come in between the towel underneath your head and the bolster underneath your side body. And then you might even reach that left arm up overhead, increasing the stretch in that left side body into the rib cage. Lots of options here. You might even take a towel beneath the knees to give a little bit more softness and support in the knees and the hips. And allow yourself a big breath in here to arrive. And then nice long exhale to settle in here. Start to check in, moving your way from the top of your head down into the cheeks and the jaw and the shoulders and the belly and the hips and the thighs. Check in with those areas that are tight or stuck or gripping or just holding on. And can you soften around those edges? Maybe even visualizing the breath moving into those places that feel like they're stuck or tight. Big breath in. Nice long exhale. You can always adjust any shape, any of the parts of this shape that you need to, even halfway through. Keep softening on each exhale. Keep settling in with each breath. Big breath in. Fill up that whole left side body. And then big, long exhale. Can you allow the bolster to support you that much more? 2 more in this shape. Big breath in. And then big, long exhale. Last one here. Big inhale. Fill it up. Nice, long exhale. Let it go. Really gently making your way out of this shape. If you've reached that top arm up overhead, just gently bring that back down. Place it in front of the chest and then start to push into both hands coming up out of this shape. And you'll just take yourself and flip over to the opposite side. So bringing the left hip over towards the bolster, drawing those knees together, those feet gently curl behind you. And then find that nice tall spine here. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, let that left side body come down over the bolster, letting that left shoulder rest between the pillow underneath your head and the bolster. And then you might start to reach that right arm up overhead. Where do you need to be? Lots of options here. And remember, each side of our bodies are made very differently and move very differently. So give each side of your body what it needs today, what it needs in each shape. You might take that pillow or blanket in between the knees, giving a little bit of support here underneath the knees and into the hips. Take a really big inhale to fill it up. And then nice long exhale to allow yourself to settle in here just a little bit more. This supported side bend really reaches and stretches into the obliques, the intercostal muscles, creates healthy lateral flexion in the spine, moving from left to right. It can help relieve lower back pain and decompress the spine. And if there is a spinal injury here, just replace the bolster with blankets to help reduce the curve in your spine. Big breath in, fill it up. And then nice long exhale, let it go. Where are you holding on? Where are you gripping? Where can you soften around those edges? Check in with the jaw. Check in with the hips. Check in with the breath. Can you allow for a full inhale and full exhale? A few more breaths here. Big inhale, fill it up. Nice long exhale, let it go. Big breath in, really feel into that stretch all along the right side body. And then as you exhale, where can you release the grip? Just a little bit more. Let's take 2 more breaths in this shape together. Big breath in, fill it up. And then nice, long, slow exhale. Last one in this shape, inhale. And then big exhale. And then slow and with no rush, start to make your way out of this shape, bringing that left arm back over to the side, maybe taking the hand in front of you, pushing into those hands, and gently making your way out of this shape. We're going to take the bolster and just move it so that it's lengthwise across the top of your mat. You can remove that pillow or blanket from underneath the head. We're taking a grounding twist here. So starting kind of in the same way we just did, bringing that right hip up against the end of the bolster, drawing those knees together, and then gently bringing those feet behind you. Find that nice long spine. Take a big breath in here. And then as you exhale, start to twist towards that bolster, bringing the chest over the bolster, and then gently starting to make your way on to the bolster, draping that chest over the bolster, allowing the head to rest heavy here. And again, whatever support you need, maybe in between the knees, placing a blanket or a bolster. And then finding a place with those arms that feels restful. So if you find that you're holding yourself up by pushing into the hands, maybe invite those arms to reach a little bit wider, taking the pressure out of that upper body, allowing yourself to really come into this shape, into this support system. And allow the body really just to settle here. And then you might even take the gaze over towards that right shoulder, bringing that left cheek to the bolster. That brings this into the cervical spine, into the neck a little bit more. So just be gentle with yourself. Really check in and ask yourself where the neck needs to be today. If there's any neck injury, just keep that right cheek on the bolster. Big breath in, allow yourself to arrive. And then as you exhale, can you settle into this shape just a little bit more? This grounding twist holds the spine in a place of healthy rotation, gently stretches our lumbar muscles, and can relieve back pain. Can you soften that space in between the shoulder blades and then soften the jaw? And allow the whole upper body to feel really supported and grounded here. Big breath in. Nice long exhale. Keep allowing yourself to settle in a little bit more deeply, allowing the body to feel heavy. You might even feel so heavy here that you don't notice where the body ends and the floor begins. A few more breaths on this side. Big breath in. Nice, long, slow exhale. Let's take 2 more here together. Big inhale, fill it up. Long, slow exhale. Last one here together. Big breath in. And then big breath out. If you've taken that left cheek to the bolster, just gently bring that right cheek to the bolster, and then bring those arms gently closer towards yourself. Start to push into the hands, gently making your way out of this shape. And again, just flip over, making your way into the other side. Knowing that you can take different versions of this shape. Bring that left hip to the bolster. Draw those knees together. Gently curl those feet behind you. Find that nice long spine first. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to twist towards that bolster, dropping the upper body back down onto that support system. And then find the shape here that works best for you. You might take the right cheek over to the bolster, allowing this to come into the cervical spine and into the neck. Be really gentle with yourself. You can always try something on, and if it's not working for you, just put it back. Allow that effort to come out of the upper body, maybe extending those arms a little bit wider. Allow yourself a big breath in here. Settle in. And then a nice long exhale. You might even take an extra support system underneath the top of that head if you need to find a little bit more softness here. Take 5 more breaths in this shape, moving in your own speed and in your own rhythm, allowing each inhale to find softness and space, and each exhale to settle in just a little bit deeper into this shape. 5 more breaths here in your own time, in your own rhythm. Two more breaths here together in your own speed. Really fill it up. And then take a nice long exhale. Where can you find a little bit of ease in the mind, in the body? Last one here together. Big breath in, fill it up. Nice long exhale. And then with no rush, start to make your way out of this shape, bringing those arms in closer to the body, pushing into those hands, making your way up. You can leave the bolster where it is. We're just going to adjust, coming into an open heart shape. So finding the base of your spine at the end of the bolster. If you need more and you know you like a little bit more lift, you can take the top of the bolster and increase that incline for yourself. It just all depends on where the body is today. And then start to drape the upper body. How does that feel? On top of that bolster. You really are just looking for a big heart opening right here across the chest and across the shoulders. And then the invitation in the legs today is butterfly shape. That can be a little bit intense, especially if you have low back pain. So take whatever shape you need in the lower body. It might be feet to the ground, knees up towards the ceiling. The butterfly shape, you bring those feet together, let both knees drop out towards the sides. And what I really like in butterfly is taking a block underneath those thighs for extra support here, extra lift, so that you're not forcing into those hip flexors and forcing into this shape. And then I really love a towel or a blanket wrapped around the ankle. So I folded it lengthwise. And then what you'll do is you'll just take this on top of the ankles and then wrap it underneath. So there's this pressure and nice touch on top of the feet, and then nice restful shape underneath the ankles for a little bit more softness, a little bit more ease. So keep allowing yourself to find the shape that works for you here. And once you arrive, really allow yourself to settle in here. You might close the eyes. You might take a nice soft gaze up towards the ceiling, where the eyes can feel effortless and at ease. If the arms are draped down by the sides, try flipping those palms up towards the ceiling, really opening up the shoulder joints, opening up that heart space and that chest. Take a big breath in. And then nice long exhale. Where can you soften? Find a little bit more space for yourself. This shape gently stretches our chest and our shoulders and our abdomen. The shape can encourage a dual sensation of grounding and expansion. It can invite a deeper sense of your breath. Whenever we come into a shape where we're opening up the front side body and the shoulders and the heart space and the hips, we're really bringing the body out of this space of physical contraction. And our body, when it's responding to stress, likes to grip and hold on and really contract, especially all along the front side of the body. So just allowing that to open back up again. If you're needing a little bit more openness today, take those arms out wide, flip those palms up towards the ceiling. If you're needing a little bit more grounding, maybe you bring one hand onto the abdomen and one hand onto the heart, or just finding connection with the hands on the body somewhere can create a really beautiful sense of grounding here. Keep allowing the body to soften. And check in with those areas that are holding on to tension or gripping. And can you find a little bit of ease in the face and the jaw, in the breath? Big inhale. Nice long exhale. You're more than halfway in this shape. Do you need to make any adjustments? Do you need to find a little bit more support here? Maybe you remove some of the props and allow the body to come into a little bit more depth in this shape. And big inhale. Long exhale. Take 5 more breaths in this shape. Don't rush them. Take them in your own rhythm, your own speed. Really allowing for some expansion on each inhale. And then softness on your exhale. Has anything shifted? Has anything changed for you throughout this practice? Good, bad, ugly. Just check in. Notice, observe. Has anything shifted physically for you? Has anything shifted emotionally for you? Can you make that exhale just a little bit longer than your inhale? Regulating the nervous system, bringing it back into a place of rest, restore, recover. Let's take our last breath in this shape here together. Big inhale, fill it up. And then nice, long, slow exhale, let it go. With no rush. If you've taken the butterfly legs here, gently take those hands underneath the knees and then start to draw the knees up towards each other, taking whatever movement you need here. We're just going to start to come up to a seat. We're going to counter that open heart shape, maybe a little bit of a back bend with a forward fold. Simple forward fold here. I think the easiest way to do this is to find the bolster. Stretch the legs long. So come onto those glutes, stretch the legs out long in front of you. And then you can just gently bring the legs apart, enough space to take that bolster out in front of you. And you can just utilize that bolster as your support system. If this doesn't work for you, you can take the bolster in between the legs and then stack towels, blankets, blocks as high as you need underneath you to find wherever you need to be. So you can see Bryant just created his own little support system, taking everything around him. And then just start to gently fold forward towards that bolster. If you know you like to rest the torso on top of the bolster, you can take it closer towards the body and then make your support system that way. Really allow yourself to come into this shape. Take a big inhale. And then nice long exhale. Can you allow the exhales to take you into the depth of your shape here today? You might even notice that little contraction on the belly makes it different to breathe here. So just check in and notice. Just notice those differences. Observe. A supported forward fold can help relieve jaw tension. It really allows us to turn inward for self-awareness. It holds us in a space of healthy flexion in the spine, as well as stretches our back and then gently stretches the hamstrings. If you're forcing the knees to straighten, maybe find a little bit of a bend underneath the knees, a little bit of space there. Don't force the knees down towards the ground. Allow this to be supported and soft and restful. You're more than halfway through. We'll be here for about 4 more breaths. Big inhale. And then nice long exhale. The breath tells our muscles that we're okay to be here. So maybe observe with each breath if the body is allowing for a little bit more space and a little bit more softness. Check in with those areas here. Where are you holding on? Where are you gripping? Can you soften the tops of the thighs? Spread out around the low back. Find some ease in between the shoulder blades and into the neck and into the jaw. Last breath here together. Big inhale, fill it up. And then really nice, long, slow exhale. And then really gently, slowly making your way out of this shape. Just start to bring that upper body up. Remove those props. And the invitation here is to leave those legs long. Take those arms behind you like you're hanging out at the beach. And then just let that head, if you don't have neck pain, gently drop back. Finding a little bit of a release in the low back here. Find whatever you need. You might take some movement. You might keep in stillness. And then take whatever shapes you need before settling into your final resting shape, giving yourself just some breath and some movement. Taking whatever final resting shape works for you today. You might be laying down on your back, coming back into that shape where we were in the beginning. Bryant's taking a block underneath his head and a bolster underneath the knees for that extra little lift, that extra sense of support here. You might take child's pose. You might take fetal shape laying down on your side. You might lay down on your tummy. You might even take a seated meditation. So many options. So really check in. What is the body asking for today? And can you honor exactly where you're at? Really allow yourself to come into this space of rest, of restore, of recover. Can you gift yourself the next few moments for self-care? Soften in the forehead and in the eyes. Really allow yourself to find some space into the cheeks and the jaw. Allow the backside of the body to feel heavy and supported here. Can you find space in the tummy and soften the tops of the thighs and allow for some rest and ease all the way through the whole bottom part of your body. And allow the breath to come to a place that feels sweet and effortless. As always, invitation to stay right here if that's what the body is asking for. Or if you need to move on with your day, gently start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, maybe roll the head gently from left to right, bringing the physical edges of your body back into this space. And take a big inhale, fill it up. This time, open your mouth, clean it out. Big cleansing exhale. Good. Let's do one more. Just like that, big inhale, fill it up. And then open your mouth, nice long exhale. Ha. And if you're ready, you can start to push your way up to a seat so we can seal in our practice formally together. You can do that laying down as well if that's where you've chosen to stay. And if you've chosen to seal in your practice here, really start to create that tall, proud spine. And I invite you to rest your hands somewhere where it feels authentic to you today in your practice. It might be hands on your thighs, palms face up to receive. It might be hands at heart center. It might be one hand on your heart and the other hand on top of that. Finding that connection to breath and body again. I'm going to close with that loving kindness meditation. Of course, opportunity to tune me out if that's your preference, or to tune me in. If you're joining us, I invite you to bring someone into your heart space that you care about deeply, that you love so, so much, that you support. It might be a friend or a loved one or a partner. It might be a collective group. It might be yourself. And silently repeat these words to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy in mind, body, and soul. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. Take one more big inhale here together. Fill it up. And then nice long exhale. I hope you enjoyed the class. This video will be available shortly to all of you on the Warriors at Ease YouTube channel. I highly recommend subscribing. There's lots of great classes there from lots of different teachers, all different styles. And then this is Julie and Bryant signing off. Warriors at Ease, Operation Remote Resilience in health, resilience, and connection. Namaste. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Brian.